Hi, a very good morning, all of you. Welcome to 5 a.m. Club. So, in today's session, we'll have meditative session for around 10 minutes, and then we'll move on to book review from the book The Genie Within Your Subconscious Mind, where we'll see numerous examples showcasing the power of our subconscious mind. So, I hope the streaming is fine. If any issues, do drop a comment. So, let's go ahead. First, we'll start with meditation. We'll spend around 10 minutes. I'll keep a tab on the time and I'll let you know. Okay, let's go ahead. So before we start, as I mentioned previously, meditation, the basic understanding is it's not about controlling our thoughts. It's not about repeating certain phrases, but it's all about experiencing the stillness of mind and being more aware of the moment. So it can be any action that you perform. You can meditate at any point of time, at any point of a day. So that's the beauty of meditation. So it's all about complete awareness. So these 5 a.m. sessions, we can use this amazing time to get used to this format of or way of a life, right? So I hope you guys are all ready. So in the process of meditation, if there are any thoughts that you're coming across, it doesn't matter. Do not restrict that. Just allow them to pass through, but make sure that you're completely aware of the moment, right? You can observe this wonderful, amazing picture of a sunrise. You can see the birds. You can use this. At the same, simultaneously, we'll also have some music. Try to be aware of the present moment. That's it. Okay? Yeah. It's exactly 10 minutes. Okay. So initially, first time when uh, woke up yesterday at 5 o'clock, you might have experienced some resistance, but today you might have gotten used to this at least a little bit. But as days progress, it's going to be a cakewalk, and you no longer need an alarm to wake up early in the morning. So now let's go into our book review, where I'll review some literature from the book, The Power of a Subconscious Mind, or The Genie Within Your Subconscious Mind. And as discussed, it's a continuation of yesterday's session, where today we'll see numerous examples showcasing the power of one's subconscious mind from others' perspective, right? So I hope you guys are ready. So let's go ahead. So this is a book which I'm referring to, The Genie Within Your Subconscious Mind by Harry W. Carpenter. So the power of subconscious mind has a largely untapped potential. And this is not something new which you might have heard. You might have heard it n number of times, but we exactly don't know how to tap into that potential. A few observed feats of which the subconscious mind is capable are listed below. Examples in this section are extraordinary feats performed by human beings with ordinary minds and bodies, except for the athletes. If these ordinary people with ordinary subconscious minds can do these feats, then you and I can do them. But to do them, we must rely on our subconscious minds, not our conscious minds. The conscious mind cannot make your body do these feats. The conscious mind has to know how to tap the subconscious mind to do them. The following feats were performed without drugs or prayer. In addition to the following examples, there are miraculous healings of body, such as spontaneous remissions of cancer or other diseases, which are attributed to prayer or a visit to a sacred place, etc. Such cases have been documented. But the power of prayer is another subject, which will be addressed in another lesson. I will start with stage hypnotists. Most of you have had an opportunity to see one of them, if not in real life. I've seen few in movies, in documentaries. Essentially, all they do is plant a suggestion in the subconscious mind of the subject. But the results to our conscious mind seems extraordinary. So this is very, very important. Planting ideas into subconscious mind. So if you plant positive ideas into your subconscious mind, you can achieve, in fact, amazing things. One of the best examples which I can give you is, in fact, while I was enjoying watching Olympics very recently, one of the commentators was saying, like, until a few years ago, like a few decades ago, the time limit to break the 100-meter barrier was around 12 seconds or 14 seconds or something of that sort. When another person came and broke that barrier within 12 seconds, then after him, everyone started to break that time barrier. That is, they were able to reach that feat of 100 meters in less than 12 seconds or so, just vaguely presenting this. But the point is, till then, no one ever achieved it. After that, it's not that everyone started becoming amazing in terms of technique or in terms of the equipment they're using, but the most important thing here is they started believing in themselves, because if someone has done it, even I can do it. So planting ideas in subconscious mind really makes a hell lot of difference. So let's look into those examples as well today. So the first example, which the author is quoting: I witnessed a hypnotist tell a man that he just returned from other planet, and he asked the subject to describe his visit to the planet. The subject demonstrated a vivid imagination by describing the planet in detail. This person in a normal mental state would probably, oh, he has poor imagination. Maybe his conscious mind has poor imagination, but his subconscious mind has a vivid one. Moreover, in normal mental state, he would likely not be able to vividly and spontaneously describe something in such detail from his imagination in front of a large audience. Also, you might have experienced that in your dreams, the details are so intricate, they're so vivid, with superb clarity that you'll find it amazing. And also, you might have noticed that in your dreams, uh, where you can in fact see how crazy sometimes the dreams can be. Subconscious mind at work, maybe. Hypnotic subjects can exhibit extraordinary strength. I mean, just observe Guinness World Records, Limca World Records, India records. You'll see this into action. Hypnotic subjects can exhibit extraordinary strength. I have a picture from a national newspaper that appeared many years ago of Johnny Carson, who is suspended himself between two chairs. Kreskin, the well known mentalist, planted a suggestion in Carson's subconscious mind that he was super strong and that he could keep his body rigid. He had Carson place his head on one chair and soles of his feet on another. Carson remained rigid even when someone sat on his stomach. If it was not for the fact that his subconscious mind accepted the suggestion, Carson could not have performed this feat. By the way, do not try this at home. You might strain a muscle, even though others suggest that. So, once you plant such ideas into your subconscious mind, it's going to be remarkable, at least based on documentation we have. A suggestion planted in a subject's subconscious mind can change his personality and make him or her do things they would not do under normal circumstances. I witnessed stage hypnotists make an ordinary woman strut around the stage, acting as if she had won a Miss America contest. A man pursue a broomstick, acting as if it were a gorgeous movie star. And a larger man, who he knew was a muzzled college wrestler because the wrestler kicked an imaginary dog. Hypnotized subjects can be made amnesiac, made to lose a memory, amnesiac. A woman volunteer on a particular TV program was hypnotized and she was told to forget the number 7. Later, when out of hypnotic state, they took her to a stage set up like a game show. The host told her she would win $1 million for answering the simple question, that is, what's the sum of 4 plus 3? And the subject could not come up with the correct answer. They gave her 2 more chances with 2 more simple questions in which the answer was 7. Each time she could not recall the number 7. They then asked her to count the fingers on her hands. She counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. She could not say the number 7. She was also confused about having 11 fingers. By the way, if you're thinking that this is magic, not at all. In fact, even physicians, even dentists use this technique. Some doctors, dentists, and therapists use hypnosis for medical purposes. I recently read, for example, that hypnosis is being used on severe burn patients. Other examples include control of chronic pain, anesthesia, birthing, eliminating fears or phobias. In one of the shows mentioned previously, a hypnotherapist cured a woman of a lifelong fear of snakes in just a few minutes. She fearlessly held a boa constrictor and let it wrap around her shoulders. And the hypnotherapist also cured a man with a lifelong fear of spiders. Dr. James S. Dale, a Scottish surgeon practicing in 1800s, used hypnotism in operations way before anesthesia was available. His rate of success was 10 times above that of his colleagues. The hypnotized patients felt less pain and anxiety, which allowed their immune systems to repress infections. Dr. Esdale also planted suggestions in their subconscious minds to expedite healing. The mortality rate for operations in the mid 1800s was 50%. In 161 operations performed by Dr. Esdale using hypnosis, the mortality rate was around 5%. A young man, another example, a young man I knew was embarrassed about the thick glasses he wore. By the way, I'm not embarrassed. He read two books of Margaret Darst Corbett, who wrote about the theory of ophthalmologist, Dr. William H. Bates. Dr. Bates believed that poor eyesight was epidemic in our society due to stress caused by our hectic culture. That's very much true. In fact, I got my sight during high school when I was addicted to computer games. This stress tensed the eye muscles, which distorted the eyeball. The distorted eyeball shifted the focal point and blurred the vision. Dr. Bates cited examples of Aboriginal cultures which were free of stresses of modern societies, where the people seldom had poor eyesight, even at old age. But now things have changed. The Dr. Bates' cure was eye exercises designed to relax the muscles in the eye socket so that eyeballs could return to their original shapes, making the use of glasses unnecessary. Eliminating eyeglasses was not popular with opticians, oculists, ophthalmologists. It was not popular with anybody else either because the exercises were tedious, required dedication, and results were uncertain. The young man used his subconscious mind, the method discussed in lesson 8, to relax his eye muscles, and within weeks he could read without glasses. Another example, phantom pregnancies. This is very, very interesting. Phantom pregnancies, pseudocyesis, occur in some women due to psychological reasons. You might have heard of phantom limb pain. In fact, they even describe about that phantom limb pain context and documentation in this book as well. So, phantom pregnancies occur in some women due to psychological reasons. When a woman has a phantom pregnancy, her subconscious mind causes cessation of menstruation, breast enlargement, desire for strange foods, progressive abdominal enlargement, labor pains. There's no actual pregnancy, but still. Another example, impressive examples of power of subconscious mind have been reported in medical journals in cases of patients with multiple personality disorders, where you have two altogether different personalities within the same individual. In fact, there is documentation, I've seen several movies based on this context. One personality is completely different from that of the other. Even when it comes to medical conditions, one personality could have asthma, other is absolutely fine. It is because of the fact that there were instances where that person might have had trouble in breathing in some part of his or her life. So there have been so many examples of multiple personality disorders. I'm sure you're very much aware of this term. So another example, I think this is the final example. No, we have a couple more interesting ones though. This following experiment demonstrates the effect of our attitudes and beliefs that can have on our bodies and health. In 1985, a Harvard professor, Ellen Langer, conducted an experiment that showed people could become younger. You could become younger. The professor recruited 100 people over 70 years old in the Boston area, Massachusetts. She sent them on a 10-day vacation to a resort where she arranged the decor to resemble that of 1950s, a time when the subjects were decades younger, currently 70-year-old. She played 50s music, displayed 50s magazines, newspapers, and had the subjects dress as they did in 50s. The professor also instructed the 100 people to act as if they were back in 1950s. Physical and psychological tests were performed on the 100 subjects before and after 10 days. In every category, The subjects tested younger. What changed? What took years off their apparent age? The only cause was a change in their thinking. Their subconscious minds accepted the concept of being younger. This is very interesting. Subconscious mind accepted. So also the author has given a reference. Langer, Ellen, Mindfulness, Percius Books, 1989. So this is all science we're talking about. Your conscious mind sets limits for you. Another example. When you rid yourself of these limits and let your subconscious mind take over, you can do things you thought impossible. 50 years ago, experts wrote papers explaining why the human body could not run a mile in less than 4 minutes. Note this. Everyone except Roger Bannister thought that running a mile in less than 4 minutes was impossible. When Bannister broke the 4-minute barrier in 1954, other runners duplicated the feat within months. What changed in these other runners? They did not magically become better conditioned or alter their running style. They changed their belief. They now knew a 4-minute mile was possible. And if Roger Bannister could do it, they could do it. And finally, Vasily Alexeyev, a world-class Russian weightlifter, could not lift 500 pounds, though he routinely lifted 495 pounds. In 1974, his coach played a trick on him to prove a point. He put 500 pounds on the bar and told Vasily the bar had only 495 pounds on it. He tricked him. Thinking it was only 495 pounds, Vasily lifted the bar as usual. After Vasily was told he had lifted 500 pounds, he changed his belief and was able to do it in competition. A trained athlete lifting 500 pounds is not as impressive as a mother in panic lifting a car that has fallen on her son. How can she do it? Because in panic, her conscious mind is put aside and does not tell her it is impossible. She had an adrenaline rush and just does it. I've heard of such stories secondhand, but a similar story happened or appeared in Phoenix Gazette. An incident was reported about a mechanic who lifted a car of two friends after it slipped off a tow bar. He also helped them out from under the car while holding the car on his knees. These are but a few examples that demonstrate the power in subconscious mind, and this power is available in your subconscious mind. Isn't this amazing? So there has been documentation, and we might have witnessed firsthand or at least secondhand hearsay, and there is something amazing that's happening well within us, and the power of subconscious mind cannot merely be expressed or described in terms of words. So in consecutive lessons in this book review, we'll see how we can tap into that subconscious mind, right? So I hope you enjoyed this book review, and I really appreciate you guys for joining live early in the morning. Yes. Hi, Rish. Very good morning. Hi, Dr. Nidhi. Hi, social dentist. Audio seems to be fine. Yeah. Hi, Ritu. Very good morning. Hadi, Swadina. Hi. Very good morning, all of you. Okay. So have a fantastic day ahead. And we'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. IST in our second session, where we'll go ahead with MCQ's discussion. And question of the day is regarding splinting time. If you remember, yesterday we discussed about evolution, and we have seen a protocol, pick it, stick it, lick it, pick it, lick it, and stick it. So in that context again, what's the splinting time? In fact, if you remember, I mentioned that depending upon extraoral dry time, splinting time also varies, 2 to 4 weeks. So what's the splinting time? The duration of splinting. for various traumatic injuries, we need to splint, right? We need to achieve stabilization. So for intrusion, extrusion, avulsion, so we have so many trauma categories. So what's the splinting time? So that's your question of the day. Do find out. We'll also have a question, multiple choice question and discussion in regard to this in the evening session at 7 p.m. IST, hopefully. And again, the session will be at 7 p.m. as usual. If there is any issue with streaming and all, we'll manage it. Don't worry. Hi, Shubham. A very good morning. Yeah. Okay, guys. Have a fantastic day ahead. Love you all.